This is Water Elemental,
And Jolly Green.
and we're here to talk about Hex Shards of Fate with this podcast called Hexology.
Oh man, and we have a lot to talk about today, do we not?
We do, mainly because I had another episode ready to edit and I lost footage and audio, so we're combining the two.
Yeah, we did have a lot to talk about last week. Last week all we had to talk about was
Nothing.
sleeves. But since then, the big patch dropped, the one I've been waiting for.
Yes.
The auction.
The patch named the Zoltog update has a lot of really interesting stuff, but we have other stuff to talk about. We have 2 preview cards for the new set, Shattered Destiny.
Ah, and one is so good, I can't wait to play it, and the other is... It's there! It's a card!
But there is some stuff to talk about with that other card, too.
So let's talk about the card that's there first. It's Royal Valkyr. It's a 1 threshold, 6 cost, 3/4 flying troop with a activated, or not an activated ability, a threshold ability of 1 ruby, 1 diamond, 1 sapphire. It says when this troop enters play, deal 3 damage to target champion or troop, draw a card. So
It's showing that it might be some synergy between those and being able to play 3-colored cards more often, and could even be hinting towards dual-colored cards.
Yeah, I don't know about dual-colored cards because the ruby, diamond, sapphire theme is already a strong theme in the white color wheel anyway. It's part of the Voltron. It is. Humans all exist in these 3 colors, so it's going to be... I don't know whether they're going to make flicker a thing, like it leaves play, then it comes back into play at the end of the turn, or immediately, or something like that. Like, if you can flicker this guy, then things start to get interesting. But just as it is, 6 is a little overcosted for this, in my opinion. This would definitely be good. If you could work this into a draft deck, it'd be solid.
Oh, yeah.
Because lightning bolts, drawing a card, and you get a 3/4 flyer. Plus, turn 6 happens every single game in draft, so... Yeah. But I'm not sure it would be all that great and constructed. There's a lot of other things in that 6 spot you'd want to
Yeah,
play.
for an uncommon, it's not that good, especially for a 6-drop, but it might have some power later on, depending on how the rest of the set folds out.
But we shall see. Next, we have a card I'm very excited for. It's something that we haven't seen, really. This is another mechanic that's unique to this resource system. Its name is Starving Lich. It costs 1, but has a threshold of 4 blood. So, you can't play this till you get 4 blood. It only costs 1, but it's a 2/2 with life drain, speed, and a keyword that we don't know exactly what it is yet, called lethal.
Well, our best guess is it's going to have something to do with combat damage. Either if it's going to be a destroyed creature, if it deals damage, just kill it, no matter what.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is going to be akin to Death Touch in Magic the Gathering, where if any damage that this creature deals to another, or this troop does to another troop, is enough to kill that troop.
Or it could also be if this creature kills another creature, it's removed from the game instead. That's my only other one I can think of right now. But it might have some cool, really programming effect that you can only do through a digital TCG like this. But those are the 2 guesses I have.
Yeah, but this is another one of those things that, like in Magic, have you ever seen a 1-drop that says you gotta have 4 swamps already in play to play this 1-drop?
No.
No, that doesn't exist.
Well, it might, but no one ever cared.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't prevalent. It wasn't a recurring theme. Like, having a threshold larger than the actual converted cost of this card, interesting. I like it.
And his art is fantastic, I must say.
Oh, yeah, it's like Karthus got his skin melted off.
And he's turning around, he's looking, and he's like, hey, I'm having some purple
What
eyes.
you doing there? I got these laser bolts coming out. You want to touch me?
So those are the 2 preview cards we know of right now. Besides that, any other information we know about the next set, Shattered Destiny, is that there's going to be a mechanic for the Underneath faction, which is called Tunneling. Again, we have no clue what Tunneling is going to be, but it's going to probably hit beta in the end of summer, early fall. A lot of
Goodness, I don't even know. I can't even speculate what the heck that's going to be about. Like, I just don't know.
I can't either. I'm excited for the set. People are very hit or miss right now. A lot of people are like, why are they bringing out a second set before there's PvE, before there's, stable tournaments where there's no other features? Think about it. This is still the beta. Where else would you have testing for cards, especially seeing how set 1 needed a lot of bug fixes? Do it now while it's in the beta.
Just throw it out there. Who
Yeah,
cares? I mean, it's already monetized. It's not like they're going to lose money or gain more money. It's just, honestly, they would probably make more money if they waited till release to release the new set. But they don't want people to get bored of the game. And they know that PvE is going to take a lot more polishing before they want to release it into beta. So they want to do something, like they have the card engine down. They're able to code the mechanics into the game, whereas we don't know what we're going to get with PvE yet. PvP already has a solid framework, and it didn't take them that long to do it. Like, Alpha was only, 6 months ago? And do you remember how god-awful playing a game was? Like, there were fatal errors everywhere, and then those got smoothed out, and then the cards you wanted to build decks around, just no.
Nope.
Just no. Now, there's only a couple bugs I can think of, and they're really minor. They're, like, so minor.
I think it's just... The worst thing that happens to me is every now and again, I just kind of freeze and I get crashed out of the game. But that's just...
That's a server thing. Like, also, that happened with the Zoltog patch. I'll skip ahead a little bit. They introduced, for Tuesday only, they had free tournaments every 2 hours. And they had up to, I think, 160 people could join. And it was round robin, based on, you play people that have the similar record, just like standard round robin. And if you get 3 wins in 4 rounds, you got something like 2 or 3 packs. If you got 4 wins, which only, I believe, like an 8th or a 16th of the field is going to get 4 wins. You get 5 packs and a bunch of gold. But it's a free tournament, and it's constructed. So I did not get to play one because I decided I wanted to use my draft tokens. And I'm glad I did, because I won my first draft, and jeez, I stalked everybody.
We'll actually post the list he used, or the deck list he used in that on the website, spasticgaming.com, in the future when he decides to send it to me.
No, I'm just going to gloss over it here for a second, because it was that darn glorious. I'm just going to brag a little bit. Hold on, let me pull it up. Load deck. Oh yeah, also, like, your tournament decks that you do in Sealed and Draft get saved in your load. It gets saved for some reason in your deck stuff. Okay, so it was mono blood, right? And like I already decided that I was going to be in blood, because first pack I saw a throat cutter. I'm like, okay, I could go blood ruby, because there's a lot of orcs and it just works out that way. So I start going that way. I end up getting 2 murders, not bad. 2 terrible transfers, so I'm like, I guess I'm going mono blood. 2 Darkspire Priestess, 3 giant corpse flies. And the rare in my last pack was a Vampire King. I rode that sucker all the way home. I won like 4 games just because of Vampire King. And his ability didn't trigger once. He beat people just because he was a 3/4 flyer that had life drain. It doesn't get better than that. It just doesn't.
No, it does. That alone is some really powerful stats. Flight, lifelink.
I had an unbelievable curve. I had 2 Inquisitions. People just couldn't do anything against me. It was so much fun. But yeah, mono black, extremely potent.
Yeah, when you draft a Vampire
King. When nobody's drafting it. Yeah, when you... Well, my deck would have been good without Vampire King, but it was just the icing on the cake.
See, I could have won mine, but I got kicked out of my tournament for some reason, so...
Yeah, well, you were a failure, okay?
In other news, we actually have some footage about the backgrounds that they're going to be having in the campaign mode. And we get to see a little bit of the underneath as well as the Ardent castles, I should say. There's going to be a link down below for you guys to check it out. But they're really beautiful.
So, just as a refresher here, the underneath is kind of like the bad guys, and the Ardent's the good guys,
Yes.
or are they both? Is it just a matter of perspective, kind of like Horde and Alliance?
The underneath are composed of the Shin Hair, the dwarves, the undead kind of guys, and the
Shroomkins.
And what are they called? The Xeranoths, the half spider, half orcs. Those guys were all kind of banished underground, and they're kind of revolting against the Ardent, which composed of the elves, the orcs, the Coyote, and the humans, who are trying to keep the top part kind of safe for their races, and the bad guys kind of got forced underground, so now they're trying to revolt back up.
But they do give a before and after comparison of both
Art.
art styles, and it's really neat. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Braid.
Braid, really?
Yeah, the art style reminds me of Braid.
I could see,
which is pleasant because I love that game.
with the like mushroom area, reminds me of good old
Zangarmarsh.
And I love Zangarmarsh. I go there every now and again just to relax and chill out, look at the giant mushrooms. And so anything that reminds me of that area in World of Warcraft is always a plus in my book. So,
but it looks like an oil painting. Everything does.
and it's
like an animated oil painting.
That's, I always kind of appreciate getting some style.
But there's depth to it all. It's just unique. I don't know. I really enjoy it. It's soothing.
Moving on to some other cool stuff. You probably already noticed, but you have a couple of new card sleeves on your account.
Well, most of you do.
The first one is the Corey Hudson-Jones Princess Corey birthday cake sleeves, involving a lot of cards, some cake, very pink.
Yeah, nothing better than a birthday cake princess. Wasn't there already a PvE card?
Yes, the
with
PvE
this
card's
art on?
probably going to be implemented later,
Mhm.
but right now it's just our backer sleeves, and they're amazing.
And they do have a nice picture of Corey Hudson-Jones being pretend kissed on the cheek by
Someone cosplaying him.
by somebody cosplaying as the Princess Corey Hudson-Jones. It's very amusing. But yeah, it's a nice pair of sleeves. If you logged on any point prior to their release, then you get them. They also released another set of sleeves.
The Alpha backer sleeves. Anybody that played
yeah.
in the Alpha, get these automatically, and they are really nice looking.
Again, if you logged on at any point during the alpha, you get them.
They're...
And if you don't have them and you know you logged on during the alpha, I've already talked to game managers, or whatever they're called, about changing my name, because they changed it from Hexologists to Exologists. Yeah, that burned my beans. But now I'm Jolly Green, so hit me up. I'm Jolly Green in the game and Jolly Green on the show.
I'm
So,
Lightsworn.
If you want to be friends, I'll pound your face into the ground with my delicious decks of sauciness,
Yeah, so
or vice versa.
really, really cool, though. I really like sleeves, and we'll go into it in the patch notes, but they added a few other features in the patch that I can talk about, one of them involving sleeves.
Oh my gosh, continue.
So, in the newest patch, the Zoltog patch, we have the new auction house feature, letting you to buy and sell cards, and even extra packs if you don't want them.
Yeah, I'm not sure who would sell their packs, because, I mean, you can use them to enter drafts and sealed, but whatever, to each their own. Yeah.
Well, you can buy primal packs off people. You can't buy those any other way.
See, I don't know. I'm too afraid to open my primal packs, because I know they're going to be valuable in the future, because everybody's going to open up right away, and, 3 years down the road, a primal pack hitting the auction house would go for so much. At least that's my hope and crazy theory. So I'm never going to open my primal packs, because I don't need the cards. I've got almost everything I need. But yeah, so there's that. But the auction house, the first day, was crazy. And there's still a bug where you can only see the first 15 items that you search for, but you can use different backdoors to figure out exactly what you want to see.
Search menus are very clean and crisp, and they let you get down to the nitty-gritty fast.
But the market for cards right now is not really
good.
Well, I don't know. It depends on how you look at it. I don't plan on selling most of my cards. I just want to acquire, because I don't need In-game money.
Well, right now, the only way to acquire in-game money is to purchase the platinum, which is conversion rate of about $1 is equal to
one platinum is a penny.
Yeah, one platinum is a penny. Or you get gold, and the only way to get gold is to buy into tournaments. So either way, you have to pay to get any sort of currency in the game. So right now, it's good to wait until there's an optional way to get gold.
Yeah, which... Let me just say this. Both currencies are available in the auction house, which is something I believe I mentioned in a previous podcast, and I'm so happy they decided to do that. Because trading in-game currency and currency you buy is something that Diablo kind of messed up. They messed up bad. So, yeah... This is going to be much better because this is intellectual property that you can actually collect. It's not gear that you just use once. It's... I don't know how to describe it, but I'm very hopeful for the future. And I'm excited because I bought a Pack Raptor for 600 gold, which is almost nothing, immediately previous to this.
Yeah,
so
and
suck it.
And considering that usually when you put something on the auction house, it's like 5,000, 6,000 gold. Like... So seeing 600 gold and something as valuable as a Pack Raptor, you're just like, mine!
Yeah.
Starter trials. This is a new thing for players who are beginning to play Hex and don't have a very large knowledge about the game. You can go through what is called a starter trial, which is you take a starter deck, any of the ones that you've acquired from the beginning of the game. You get one when you start out. And you can go through these trials that let you learn the deck, as well as give you cards as you complete them.
Yeah, although I don't know what the cards you get are, they send you an email after you complete each phase, like, you got a shroomkin, you get, like, commons and uncommons, and then after you complete each individual race, which I believe is 3 different phases, and for me, it was, you get a starter deck, beat this other starter deck AI, and then it was like... Here's another starter deck AI you get to play against, but you get to choose whatever deck you want. So I just grabbed my best constructed decks, and I did not lose a single game. So the starter trials were very easy for me, and then they give you like a booster pack, like a starter trial booster pack. And when I tried to open it, it was just like, here's all the cards, and then they flip over and they're blank, and I'm like, well, that's nice.
So
I don't know what's in them. If you know what's in them, good for you, I guess, but I don't know. It's whatever.
All right. And finally, the third option is something we already mentioned, the scheduled tournaments.
Yeah, the scheduled tournaments. They only did those for one day, because I guess they were very intensive on the servers, and they had, like, all hands on deck trying to make sure they work. And I was reading the, if you were in the chat, in-game chat, they, Hex people are in orange, and I was just reading the orange posts as opposed to blue posts in WoW. So orange posts were like, yeah, we could continue to do this, but it's a gigantic pain in the ass. That's my words, not theirs. And it's taken a lot of manpower and server power to make this work. And I did a draft while these tournaments were going on, and it took there was a lag time of seriously, about 5 minutes to start games in between rounds. So... yeah, I can tell their servers weren't quite ready for 160-player tournaments to go off every 2 hours.
But that's exciting when they do work, though. We're going to have some pretty cool stuff.
I'm assuming they did. And, come on, free tournaments? How are you going to ever be bored with this game? I do not understand. Once this game gets rolling, it's going to consume me. Which is great. I haven't had a game do that in a long time. Usually it's just like, oh yeah, this is fun, beat it. I don't feel like going for all the achievements because I'm not an achievement whore. But this game is going to make me an achievement whore, whatever that means later.
You sell yourself for imaginary points.
Yeah. Well, this game just combines my 2 nerdiest passions. I worked at a card shop growing up as a kid. I have very fond memories of card games. And in my adult life, that kind of just went away because I don't have the time to go out and spend hours and hours and hours at a card shop anymore, although I would love to, because they're a very fickle business and they pop up and implode like crazy. But if I can do it from the comfort of my own home, at my own convenience, and with all that pesky social interaction, Heck yes, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, you don't want to have to deal with that one guy that always smells bad, walks in, doesn't have the right
know.
mindset, and he gets mad if you beat him, even if it's a casual game.
The unpleasant aesthetic and aroma and personality defect portions of card gaming are no longer going to be a portion of my experience. So, I don't know. That makes... I'm sorry. If you were a card game player that is odoriferous, has some sort of social disability that makes me not like you, and you're offended, you can send your comments, questions, or concerns to spasticgaming@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you and hopefully get your flame post on the show. In a completely serious tone, we'll give you a 100% genuine apology. I promise. I'm such an asshole. I'm sorry, listeners. I'm just not in the mood to do
The one time people actually listen to us, it will be that moment.
I know. We're going to have those mouth-breathing neckbeards that are like, it's me. Oh, I am such an asshole. You're allowed to hate me, by the way.
So something else a lot of people are noticing now is... Sorry, I didn't mean to move on topic here, but that the roulette for the chests actually grant some more interesting prizes. Originally, it was just a lot of gold, re-rolls, and stuff like that. Now people are seeing things like mercenary cards. They're not implemented yet, but they're mercenary cards, equipment. I got some deck sleeves.
Yeah, like if you go to the auction house right now, you can buy all kinds of weird stuff.
Aqua masks, air elementals, boots.
Yeah. Like, with the sleeves that you got were those Windborne Acolyte sleeves, right? The alternate art.
I got the alternate art Wind Acolyte sleeves.
Very cool looking.
I am pumped because I have not seen anybody else with them yet, so I kind of get the flow.
Yeah, first of all, I haven't seen them aside from the ones you used. I've seen almost every other sleeve except for that.
I'm a special snowflake!
By the way, what's your favorite sleeve? Mine is by far the Spectral Lotus sleeves.
I don't have the Spectral Lotus ones.
I know, because you only paid $50.
I paid $65.
Oh my gosh! That extra 15 makes the difference.
But because I haven't seen anybody else yet, I have to like my Windborne Acolyte sleeves because they are so beautiful to look at.
Oh yeah, they're probably the rarest sleeves out there, or one of the rarest. Because I didn't see that on any of the
posts about it.
Updated whatchamithing rewards that they had.
Which was funny when I rolled because I was going to go to the auction house. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to open up a chest, see if they had anything different. I put a rare chest on the roulette, put the money in, and it was like weird little mushroom cloud thing. Weird little mushroom cloud thing. I'm like, haha, nothing's going to happen. And it kept spinning and spinning and spinning, and then like an animation started playing like the reel was glowing like I was winning something. And then the third one hit, and I'm like, I won something! And I'm like, it's a free roll. And then it's like, you have received the Windborne Acolyte sleeves. And I'm like, woo.
Delightful.
And it was like 1 a.m. because I was going to call in. I'm like, I can't, he's sleeping.
Yeah, because I've got a job.
Yeah.
What a bastard. So that's about it. I mean, I know I say that's about it. It was a lot, but we paraphrased it for you, and we like that you listened to us paraphrasing it for you. We like our listeners. All 4 of you. We love all 4 of you that never comment on our videos.
If you guys have any comments, suggestions, anything you would like us to know about Hex, if you have a deck list, anything like that, you're more than welcome to leave it in the comment section down below. Email us, put it on our website, spasticgaming.com. Anything like that, all the stuff is down below. We really want to hear from you. We want to open up a comment section.
We want to include you in the show. We want to make this an interactive thing, not just us talking out our ass and being douchebags to you guys, because who knows? Maybe our whole listener base just got offended by my little rant about neckbeards and mouth breathers. So let us know if that's who you are. Yell at us. Be mean back.
But yeah, that's it. We want to hear from you guys. This has been Water Elemental.
And Jolly Green, the douche asshole.
We'll see you guys next time.